Hello, cringe department. I'd like to file a claim. These waffles could not be more disconnected if they were on Mars, because there's nothing better than being preached at by a group of morally questionable professional liars. And if you don't know, the Hollywood elite live by this motto: I know what it's like to be poor, you see. I once played a homeless guy on TV. Hit the subscribe button, people. We are very close to 60k now. There's nobody that knows better the struggles of the common man than some of the most successful and spoiled people on the entire planet. Just remember, all of these people are getting $100,000 gift bags for just being freaking awesome. I mean, most of these Hollywood types live in gated communities and elite neighborhoods where the only minorities they see are security guards, maids, butlers, maybe even janitors. I mean, it's unbelievable how out of touch with reality these people are. I mean, workers of the world unite. Let's destroy the patriarchy, said some broad wearing a very expensive dress at an event that she was driven to in a limo. I mean, imagine being so woke that you preach the Communist Manifesto at an award show. I don't think that the wealthy elite realize they'll be the first on the chopping block. Anyway, a fun fact is that hypocrite is the Greek word meaning for actor. I gotta say, I think the Greeks and the Romans were so wise in putting actors and performers as lower class, because this is what we get, ladies and gentlemen, when we give otherwise worthless people money, influence, and power. Remember, everyone, Hollywood hates you, so it's okay to hate them back and not watch the Oscars. And I know most of you will be like, who and what is this Oscar person everyone is talking about? Because let's be honest, it hasn't been relevant for at least 20 years. But here are the requirements for a film nominee in 2021. Over here we have a list of movies and TV shows that have nothing to do with film or TV shows. Here you go, here's an award for you. Aren't you excited? It's nothing more than a participation trophy for grown adults. I actually went back and found out that Star Wars wasn't given the Oscar for Best Picture back in the 70s or 80s. So apparently the garbage goes back before I was even born. I just want to say that the Oscars and the Golden Globes are an award show for people who pretend. There is no magic left. We've seen behind the curtain. Why do you think DiCaprio hasn't been nominated for awards for all the brilliant work that he's done? Because he's against these people. But then again, he did win for The Revenant, so that makes me wonder if he's a part of the club too anyway. A few years ago, I wondered to myself, is Hollywood gonna have second thoughts about this abomination movement that they've created? Nope, absolutely not. We must put aside the mindset that Hollywood can't get any worse because they take it as a challenge. But nonetheless, I've been enjoying watching the fall of Hollywood because every year they double down. And judging by this year's Oscars, they've just plunged their ostrich heads into the earth's inner core. You would think that Ricky Gervais shoving it in their faces a few years ago would be a wake-up call. No, no, no. The truth is very dangerous, especially to the fart sniffers in Hollywood. Ricky Gervais trolls hostless Oscars as he tweets infamous 2020 Golden Globes monologue that skewered the A-list stars. The Academy Awards on Sunday was a very different show due to the pandemic and had no host or audience, just a handful of presenters and nominees. But the reason for the changes didn't stop the British comedian and actor Ricky Gervais from trolling the 2020 Oscars telecast. It's the Oscars tonight and I wasn't invited. Was it something I said? He tweeted as he shared video from the no-host bar's celebrity takedown during his 2020 Golden Globes hosting gig. They got so butthurt for what Ricky Gervais did to them that they needed to virtue signal so their thin skin could heal. Imagine being so scared that you virtue signal with no audience and nobody watching. That must be a woke record. Now, after the Golden Globes 2020, Ricky Gervais is not the hero we deserve. No, he's the one we needed. Because if anybody reforges the sword from Lord of the Rings into real life, this man should wield it. Because Ricky Gervais has a strong moral compass. That's what makes him good at what he does. He can't be cancelled because he doesn't give a shit. And now that I think about it, he probably has a lot of proof of all the things he claims. Therefore, it's the reason he hasn't been vilified as of yet. Because in their mind, those weirdos think Ricky Gervais was telling jokes. There is no jokes. He means every word of it. His stock is going to go through the roof every time one of these shows fails hard because we'll realize how much we want him back. If Ricky Gervais isn't there roasting celebrities, then there is literally no reason to ever watch. He has a backbone, something 95% of most celebrities do not not have. But anyway, I want to go back to an earlier point I made. Remember when people idolize men and women of actual achievements like scientists or philosophers? Nowadays, people idolize celebrities in 2021, and if that's you, then your mind is controlled because the age of the celebrity is dead. Deal with it. Now, the first time I did it, I thought, do I pander to 200 privileged egos in the room, or do I try and entertain a global audience of 200 million people sitting at home who aren't winning awards? He said, well, there's no contest. I try and make it a spectator sport. I try and play the outsider. It would be nauseating for me to come out and go, hey, George, how are you doing? Thanks for letting me use your villa. Hey, Brad, see you tonight. Yeah, it's horrible, he went on. I've got to be the bloke sitting at home who shouldn't have been invited. That's who I gotta be, and damn straight, Ricky. Most people don't know that Ricky Gervais was from a very working class, poor background. But he went to one of the best universities in the UK and studied philosophy there. He was the only person in his family to have ever gone to university, and he got trained by some of our best educators in debate and philosophy. He's a lot smarter than these Ollie weirdo types realize, because he plays it down and doesn't talk about his education every 5 minutes. But look, you don't always have to agree with Ricky Gervais's politics, but he's always been a staunch defender of the right to offend. And that is something I've built my entire channel around, and I'll be if that goes away. But anyway, I'm a proud contributor to the Oscars' low ratings. I didn't even know that the Oscars was on until it was over. I can see it now at the boardroom of whatever billionaire funded this trash. The blue-haired, purple-haired weirdos have a meeting about why they failed, and you know one of them is just gonna scream, we just weren't woke enough. And if any one of my viewers ever make it in Hollywood and you want to be kicked out so quickly, just go to one of these events and tell someone, I'm not infatuated with children, I am not a Hollywood type, and you'll be yeeted and cancelled forever. Never to be seen again. And on that bombshell, Mannix out.